This is Gabriel Gonzalez for Cageside Press here with UFC strawweight, the popular, the one and only Mackenzie Dern here at Fight Capital Gym. Mackenzie, you know what? UFC 300, you are part of Fight Week. They brought you in to do all this stuff. I got to imagine you feel pretty special because a lot of fighters would love to be in Vegas this week.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm so excited for this card. But I'm even more excited to be able to, give back and the UFC to be able to help us, get us involved. Not just putting on a show for everyone, but, getting that one-on-one time with the kids, and kind of really taking our sport even farther, not just from one night kind of thing, but like to the day-to-day, the lifestyle behind, the confidence and just the self-defense and everything that comes behind it. So really, really a blessing to be involved and happy with the UFC and happy to see the fights. It's going to be great.
Can I ask, because we've talked about it a bit, you weren't always all in all the way on jiu-jitsu. When did that kind of change for you? Because I have to imagine growing up, your dad was probably like, if you love jiu-jitsu, it's good. But if you want to do your own thing, that's okay too. When did you like, you know what, no, I'm going to go all in for it?
I think about like 13, 14 years old is when I decided, I'm not going to go to college. I'm going to, that high school age when their teachers are kind of decide what you want to do, kind of take your classes. So that was when I'm going to be an athlete. I'm going to go out this. If anything, I'll do college later, So that 14 was when I really made the decision to go professionally at jiu-jitsu. And of course, my dad was so happy. Yeah.
I was going to say, how was your dad before you were at jiu-jitsu? Like, if you ever did another sport, was he still all in, or did he just take it to a new level when you were like, no, jiu-jitsu, Mackenzie, let's go?
No. He always supported me, I've done jiu-jitsu since I'm 3, It's been like a lifestyle. So for me to do a different sport during school and stuff was a fun activity to do with the other friends. I didn't do jiu-jitsu because none of my friends really did jiu-jitsu, It was kind of just my thing, So it was my way to kind of get involved in sports and with my friends. But as long as it didn't get in the way of jiu-jitsu class,
Nice.
So it had to be always jiu-jitsu number one, and anything outside I could do, So it was great. He always supported me. But there wasn't any other choice really for me, It was I did jiu-jitsu my whole life, so that's what I was good at, and that's what I loved doing. I was traveling, see everyone at the tournaments, you win, you lose, you want to try and recover, revenge, so just so many emotions and good feelings behind it. And I knew from the beginning that I wanted to be like my dad, so it was good.
When you're at an event like this and you got kids, you got a lot of newcomers trying to get into it, and they're fans and they're excited, what's your number one piece of advice? People get in the gym and, not everyone grows up doing jiu-jitsu. They're trying to get better. What's your usual tips for a beginner?
The number one I would say is consistency, Sometimes people get so excited, and then they want to go 5 times a week, and then they go for a month and then they're burnt out, So start just twice a week, try your best, try and submit, try and go after it, let your inner fighter come out, don't feel nervous, but just try and stay consistent, slowly, but eventually, if you just stay at it, it'll be easier and easier and easier.
Let's talk about some of the things going on this week. Your division, the title, Xiaonan, Zhang, Weili. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm surprised how many people are saying they like Xiaonan just because Weili's been so dominant. How are you feeling?
Yeah, definitely for me, that would be a good, if she won, then, that would be better for me since I lost to Yan, so I'm definitely, I'm hoping that maybe that would happen, but, I like Zhang Weili too. Either way, I know it's going to be a great fight. It would be an honor one day to fight Zhang Weili, but I think that Zhang Weili is going to win. I think she's going to get the takedown, and I think she's going to win Yan by the takedowns.
And then, is it motivating when at the top you have a champion? Because everyone wants to take out a Ronda Rousey, a GSP Anderson, a legend. Is it motivating because it's hey, we have a girl who's been on top, who's been really great, and that's how you raise your level because you want to get there?
100%. It's always good. Of course, people want to see who can take down the person who's winning everything, But for us who's trying to get there, it's so great when you can kind of just keep studying and see, sometimes you learn just by fighting against that person, but when the person's so dominant, you can see them fighting so many different people and people trying different things and different styles, and you're seeing which thing, that experiment behind it, and once you find a real love for the sport, you just love watching the fights, and you love see, oh, she did that. That was good, you know. So for me, it's really good to have such a dominant. It was like when Joanna was the champion, you know, like who's gonna take out Joanna, you know, and now we have Zhang Weili. So it's really exciting, and I'm definitely studying. I know Zhang Weili's jiu-jitsu coach, you know, so I know what kind of ground game she has, you know. I know kind of behind it, but yeah, it's just beasts. All beasts out there.
Just a couple more. ADCC. Confirm you're doing it. We're in. How's that? Because I know it's been a minute. You know, how's that?
Yes. No, it's, you know, I was really wanting to kind of not like come back full-time jiu-jitsu or anything like that, but kind of just wanted to. I really felt like ADCC I had won in 2015. You know, it's very similar, the style, grappling style to MMA. You know, no gi, kind of like submission orientated. You know, no time. There's a time limit, but it's like 40 minutes. You know, so we have a way more. You know, I didn't want to do like a super fight. You know, I kind of wanted to get back in with the new generation of girls and see how I do with them. But yeah, it's kind of something that I could do even while I'm still focused on UFC and like MMA and everything. So I'm really excited to be back. It's going to be in Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena. So yeah, I'm going to be at home.
There we go. Final question. I'm assuming the Rio card may be a little too soon to maybe book you for that. Is there a big event you want to be a part of? I mean, they're going to the Middle East. Abu Dhabi's coming up. Madison Square Garden later in the year. Where does Mackenzie Dern want to go for her next fight?
I mean, International Fight Week. I've never fought International Fight Week. I've done a lot of appearances and stuff like that, but I've never been the fighter on International Fight
You're
Week.
usually talking to me during International, not, you know.
Yeah. So, you know, it's like, I would like to be able to fight on International Fight Week, hopefully maybe find an opponent. I think it gives me some good time for my last fight. So we'll see.
You hope they put McGregor on the card just so it'd be big?
That would be sick, definitely. Yeah. Totally.
Well, Mackenzie, always a pleasure, always looking forward to it. Best of luck at ADCC.